So, last year I did a retrospective video on all the Discord episodes up to that point for John Delancey's birthday, and since then we've had 3 new episodes with Discord in them that I believe warrants another video. So welcome all to the addendum? Sequel? Fuck it. The expansion to the Discord in retrospective. So, what do you do with an episode with some of the most painfully cliche heteronormative nonsense as a focus? Just add Discord to make it better. The Breakup Breakdown isn't so much a Discord episode as much as an episode with Discord in it, much like To Where and Back Again. As such, there's not a whole lot to talk about regarding his character. Big Mac and his relationship with Sugar Belle is the driving conflict, while Spike and Discord debate the legitimacy of love, and also the CMC get a subplot for some reason. To no one's surprise, Discord being so insanely cynical regarding the notion of romance is the best thing about this episode. Plus, that one line about the greeting card industry demonstrates that he's anti-commercialist, which makes me love him so much more. It's a good episode for him, but unless you care about the Sugar Mac ship, which I don't see why you would, Discord's the only reason to watch this episode. Not gonna lie, if it wasn't for What About Discord, this would likely be the worst Discord episode of the series thus far. I could talk about everything wrong with this episode until the cows come home, and trust me, they have, but let's try and focus on the single aspect regarding Discord, because this episode demonstrates a problem that has been apparent for quite a while. See, the thing about reformed characters is that they work best when they're created with their future redemption in mind. Discord was not one of those characters, and the idea to reform him came along with a balancing act for the writers between demonstrating him growing and becoming a better person, and keeping him to the same funny, hammy, cynical troublemaker we all liked him for in the first place. Some episodes, this worked. Others, not so much. What really demonstrates the greatest flaw in this approach, however, is the main 6 barring Fluttershy often excluding him from everything they're doing. It's even the object to a licensed board game. You have to get to a party before Discord does, or you'll lose. That's pretty fucking mean-spirited. The thing is, this wouldn't be a problem if Discord had just remained an antagonist. If he was just a recurring problem that would pop up every now and again to be everything from an annoyance to downright dangerous for our main cast to deal with, all of their behavior towards him would be completely understandable. But no, they still claim that they're friends with Discord, but barring the occasional banter with Pinkie Pie, Flutters is the only one of them who acts like his friend. As it stands in that case, Discord's actions are that of a person who is fed up with people claiming that to be his friend while excluding him from their shit at every turn. It doesn't make his actions justified, of course, but certainly understandable. Now, this is something that the series has brought up in previous episodes, but never really fully explores or resolves. It's just given as a reason for Discord to be upset and cause trouble, but it rarely goes past that. Matter of Principles is the first episode in the series in which another character recognizes this problem and aims to fix it. So that's great, right? Well, see, that's the problem. The one who comes to this conclusion is Starlight. One of the problems with Starlight is that she's often given roles intended for other characters. The fact that M.A. Larson stated how she took Spike's intended role for Fame and Misfortune confirms this. It's done so that Starlight, their prized little gem, can take a chance to poke fun at the tropes of the show without actually doing anything about those tropes. It's the same here. Starlight recognizes that Discord feels left out, but of all the ponies to purposefully exclude him from their activities, she is the least guilty, something you can't really say about Starlight very often. It's the rest of the main 6 who need to learn this lesson, but they were absent for the most of the episode, and with how they return at the end, it's clear that they won't learn this lesson, and it would seem like it's gonna be forever repeating this cycle, hence why it's so frustrating. And this is the part where I get to eat some crow. Best Gift Ever is a lot of fun on all fronts, but its Discord side's the thing that really catches my fancy, as it often does. So in the midst of the traditional holiday shopping stress that everyone can relate to, Discord decides to stir up his own flavor of seasonal shit when Rainbow Dash is tasked with getting a secret gift for Fluttershy. One thing that surprised me more than it should have was how wonderfully Discord and RD bounce off each other. Rainbow works best when her brash attitude and snark are being challenged, and Discord manages to bring that snark back perfectly. Now, with all the subplots this special had to juggle, I was worried that Discord's overall performance and presence would be hampered by this. Fortunately, those worries were indeed for naught, as his visual gags and eccentric hamminess are among the best in the series thus far. Sure, they aren't on the same cosmic scale as gags in the past, but they're still creative and a joy to watch. Another thing this special does that I do like is reaffirm the answer to the prevailing question, what is Discord doing in times of equestrian crisis? The answer is, the exact same thing you are, sitting back and watching. Despite being a friend to Equestria, Discord has made it quite clear that he is in no rush to save the day, which ultimately might be for the best, as Discord will probably attempt to stop Tempest by throwing the moon at her. He steps in when he has to, but he rarely ever feels the need to, and would rather just remind the main 6 of how capable they are rather than lifting a claw himself. It's a nice little nugget of characterization that helps retain the tension presented by new villains going forward. Oh, And remember what I said about Discord's line about commercialism being my favorite thing about Breakup Breakdown?
Commercialism is the greatest gift of all.
This might be my favorite moment in the entire show. This is the closest Discord has ever gotten to explicitly killing anything, and it's over commercialism. The lesson here is embrace chaos and eat the rich. I'll see you guys next year for all the Discord stories of Season 9.